Welcome to baloneybrain.com, my friends. This is, of course, your host, John House, the hostess with the mostess. I think that's like a great term.
You're the hostess?
Okay, it doesn't work.
Okay,
anyway.
well, let's just make the cupcake with the mostest. How's that? The hostess cupcake with the mostest. I like that.
Anyway, welcome to another edition of Weird Wednesday, where we talk about the weird, the strange, the crazy. After all, it is the Halloween time. Am I doing my eyebrows? Joining me, of course, is Suburban Hobo, or Daryl House. How you doing, Daryl?
I'm doing good. You know, it's just before Halloween and things. Here's what, like, I don't know if you can tell now, but I'm lightening my eyebrows and my beard. But I'm getting ready to do, that big fat happy guy that comes around at the end of the year. I hate to say his name, but I'm starting to gear up for that.
Oh, maybe with a good dye job, I could get some work this year. Mine's coming in pretty thick.
I did a good job.
All right. Well, what do you have for us today?
I got some pretty good stuff here, as a matter of fact. I love this story. But the old saying is about, they asked the golfers, what'd you shoot on the back nine? You ever? Well, there's a Nevada man out of Reno. He pleaded guilty to shooting another golfer.
Wow.
Guy broke his window with a golf ball, and here we go. 53-year-old Nevada man accused of shooting a golfer broke a window at his house. Jeff Fleming of Reno. Jeff's the shooter. He entered into a plea of battery with a deadly weapon. For prosecutors agreed to drop the assault charge and go along with recommended sentences. He faces 10 years probation, up to 10 years in prison, $10,000 fine. Sees the golfer would be the shootee, was unable to find his ball and was doing a drop on the 16th hole when Fleming comes out of nowhere, fires a single shot with a shotgun. Golfer was treated for minor injuries in the leg and the arm. The DA said neighbors along the golf course were stunned because they said, you know what, we live on a golf course. We expect that from time to time.
Yeah, I think that's a little overreaction, but it does remind me the story of the guy that beat his friend with a 7-iron. And the judge asked him, why did you beat him with a 7-iron? And he said, because a 5-iron would have been just too much club.
Well, this is a great story, and I love this. But finally, he went to the hospital. They pulled some bird shot out of his booty, and probably less than a happy ending for the shooter. With the shooting, everybody walked away gingerly. So that's I like.
Good.
Who cares?
And in this one, unfortunately, people got hurt. Wang Pai, 57.
What's his name?
Wang Pai.
I saw his Life of Pi.
He accidentally set up a blind sex date with his daughter-in-law. The two met online and hit it off. The woman was using an assumed name online, and he was using a picture of one of his war buddies, so they didn't know that it was the other one. But they hit it off, so they set up to have sex in a hotel room. And well, the husband found out about it, followed her to the hotel, and once he saw that it was his wife and father-in-law, he knocked 2 of his wife's teeth out and caused a head injury to his dad. And it ends up the 2 weren't messing around at all. It was just one of those things where they didn't know that it was that it was each other. But no word if there's any plan on a second date.
Daddy, stop it some more. Hey, well, my other story that I got here today was about we always talk about criminals. Follow the money. Law enforcement said, if you follow the money, it will lead to the bad guys. Well, in this particular story, it's like, follow the curly fries. Are you ready for this?
Curly fries.
Dateline, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Police in central Pennsylvania say they found a suspected groper at a fast food restaurant where he had got curly fries. Started with a female employee at an Arby's. Called police Wednesday, said she had been groped by a man as she handed over his order at the drive-thru. Now, I have some experience in drive-thru.
Curly fries.
I don't know if I could ever reach her or not, but I would certainly probably not even try. The employee gave police a description of the car, which was found outside the motel less than a mile away. Authorities said they spotted a trail of Arby's curly fries and sauce from the vehicle to the room of 36-year-old James Cowan of Fitzgerald, Georgia. He was charged with a count of indecent assault, released on bail. Another moron.
Well, speaking of groping, a guy in a bar in Athens, Georgia, had been groping patrons, and he I guess also dropped to his knee and bit a girl on the buttocks.
Stop it some more.
He ended up getting arrested for sexual battery.
Buttery?
The bar bouncers were trying to kick the guy out, and police spotted him and intervened, and so they ended up booking this guy on 3 misdemeanor counts, including sexual battery.
Buttery. I like buttery better.
Well, this isn't the first time that somebody has bitten somebody in the news recently. In 2011, a Texas man was arrested after he broke into a woman's apartment and bit her on the neck, telling police he was a vampire.
Just don't forget the little butter makes the biter better. Here we go. I believe it or not, I have another butt story here. We're getting to the butt of all the jokes today. South Florida woman. This has been a news story down here for a couple of years. It's, the legal system takes forever to come to court. But South Florida woman accused of injecting people's buttocks with, are you ready? Fix-a-flat. And other substances. In an alleged black market business, she agreed to plead guilty, and she's going to jail for that. Her name is O'Neill. That's her first name. O'Neill Morris, 32 years old, will surrender on January 7th. She was sentenced to 366 days in prison on one count of practicing medicine without a license. She says, and this is contrite. I can just hear, I'm just so happy this case is over. It impacted my life a lot, and God has really prevailed for me, Morris said after the sentencing. Morris and Corey Eubank were arrested in 2011 after several victims alleged Morris injected their legs and buttocks with a mixture that included Fix-a-Flat, cement, and super glue.
I'm pretty sure, if you want rock hard abs, you can't actually use concrete.
Saccharine. Well, in court Thursday, the prosecutor said they couldn't even determine the mystery substance. The people the injectees didn't come to court immediately with this, so, time goes by. They couldn't define everything that they had injected into them. But Morris, who was the injector, she is a transgender woman, also arrested on 2 charges.
She'll be very popular in jail.
That's what it says here. She says one of the victims, Raji Nareen Singh, said 1 year behind bars isn't nearly enough for Morris. She says, I know that a transgender person in prison, probably it's going to be very difficult, but compared to all of the suffering that people have gone through based on what she did, it's probably not enough.
Well, Fix-a-Flat that is pretty rough. So.
But can you see her pumping?
Well, this is this one is my favorite story. It is right out of the Huffington Post. Budweiser phased out its Real Men of Genius commercials in 2008, but this man may be enough to bring them out of retirement. In that vein, today we salute you, Mr. Running to the burning building to save a beer man. While others are fearing for their safety and wondering what to do, you courageously dive back into the inferno, jeopardizing your own safety and possibly the safety of firefighters for just one more round. Yeah, the guy, his house is on fire, everybody gets out, and he's like, okay, everybody's out. Oh, crap, wait here. I'm going back into the burning building to get my beer.
Oh, yeah, I can hear the wife in the front yard. Did you get the dog? Dog, hell, I got the beer.
Well, apparently when he went back in, the backdraft caused the door to close, so he was lucky to get out alive.
Well, I wonder if the mountains were blue.
Come to the mountains.
Or if they're not blue, don't drink it. That's what I was. But I think this was a Budweiser story, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, they say that, but they didn't really say what kind of beer it was.
Budweiser brought you a story about Miller Lite? I don't think so.
Well, that's all I've got today.
That's all I got today, folks. It's been a treat entertaining you again on a Wednesday afternoon. Weird Wednesday at BelowedBrain.com. On behalf of Yours Toy and myself, we're glad that you're out here. John, have a good one, buddy.
Have a happy Halloween.